you can use Charles Fort's ideas operationally in the modern world. He's not merely an historical phenomenon, and he's not merely fodder for trendy, aging, hippie bohemians. No names, no patriot. He is an operational political philosopher. He can be, his ideas can be applied. When I was writing Politics of the Imagination, I wanted to give a chapter to how his ideas can be applied to modern conditions. And like everyone else, I've always been absolutely fascinated by the Kennedy assassination, the first Kennedy assassination. And I've always been interested, as a novelist indeed, in the character of Lee Harvey Oswald, a man who, like George Adamski, could practically put his foot through 20th century walls. 24 hours with Lee Harvey Oswald could lead to more contradictions, paradoxes and anomalies than could be conceived. It's amazing what Lee Harvey Oswald, according to the very thick books I've read about him, got out of bed in the morning and had the most surreal day, which he breakfast, dinner and supper. And I got the idea that through these books, by very clever scholars such as Anthony Summers, radical rationalist approaches couldn't put the 24-hour frame, any 24-hour frame of Lee Harvey Oswald into perspective. And he only had to visit the grocer, and the most extraordinary, according to these very sober people, the most extraordinary things happened. Someone saw him somewhere else, or he disappeared for 2 days. I imagine a trip, to the local hostelry for a drink would be most extraordinarily difficult for Lee Harvey Oswald. I always had this impression of him, therefore, as in the books I've read, that it's being a most extraordinary person who, like George Adamski, just walked through 20th century wars in this most peculiar way. Again, there we are, there's the package, but who to get to interpret it? I've read Anthony Summers, all the very clever people, the very thick books. I said to myself, well, I want a modern application of Fortean theory, and of course, it was a revelation. I brought Fort and Oswald, as it were, together, and I found that Oswald's life was rather like the lives described by Charles Fort in his book Wild Talents. There are most extraordinary people around. This was a revelation to me at the time, that can do extraordinary things. And Fort's theory applied to it, that the conclusion is that for lots and lots of people, the structure of the day is not stable. And science only deals with the man on the Clapham omnibus. That, simplifies a situation to make the equations work and equate that situation with reality. It's rather like Pythagoras, the right-angled triangle of Pythagoras, being true for abstract lines, but the right-angled triangle Pythagoras is not correct if you assume that the right-angled triangle is made of fried sausages. The fried sausage is too complicated for Pythagoras. It's too complicated for the mathematics. And a 52 bus full of drunks, in which somebody's fainting, somebody's being murdered in a snowstorm, it's a highly individualized event. Mathematics deals with it as a point moving down an inclined plane. This is totally unsatisfactory. The essence of the situation is we need this philosophy which preserves the essence and character and drama and significance of the rare event. Otherwise, this is a rainforest. The rainforest consists of the 52 buses, the fried sausages, which are defeated by mathematics. And this is Charles Fort. He gave this great vision of the function of the anomaly in terms of consciousness, society, and politics. And you can, when you get, if you don't have Charles Fort, for example, you have question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Aeroplanes fall out of the sky. It's an accident. The cancer clusters, of course, the scientists will always call random.